Hi, welcome to Walk With Me, our summer series here at the Church at 434 in Motion. I'm Jeff Dixon, I'm your host. And I want to ask you, have you ever heard of Edvard Munch's, I probably butchered that name, famous work of art called The Scream? It's that one with the dude with the elongated head going, kind of like the kid from Home Alone, except it's a work of art and it's pretty famous. It's famous because there are two original pieces that are done, and they are done in an oil-based format. And there's two that are more of a watercolor, a different format. So those four paintings of The Scream are world famous, and they're the ones that we think of when we think about The Scream. Believe it or not, did you know that The Scream was stolen? It was. Let's talk about that. Walk with me. It happened in 2004. Two armed robbers walked into an art gallery in Oslo, Germany, and as they walked into the gallery, they walked up to where viewers were actually looking at The Scream, and they took it right off the wall and walked out of the museum with it. They also took the Madonna with them as well. And as they left, they had pulled off what was a major art heist. What a lot of people don't know is that that crime was solved because the M&M company, you know, the candy company, they, as a joke, offered a reward, a lifetime supply of M&Ms, if you will, to anybody that could help them solve and get the painting returned. It was more of a publicity stunt than anything else. No one thought that anybody would turn in the painting for M&Ms. Just so happens, though, that there was a man in prison who was trying to leverage what his life in prison was going to be like. He was negotiating. He wanted conjugal visits, and he wanted a lifetime supply of M&Ms because he was going to be in prison a long time. And for that information, or for receiving that, he would give them information that would lead to the return of the painting. And believe it or not, he had the information, he gave it to the authorities, and when it was said and done, the authorities arrested the thieves, and The Scream was returned. And the price was M&Ms, which were supplied to the prisoner, as had been agreed. It's a goofball story. It is the kind of stuff that you read on the internet and you say, that possibly didn't happen, right? Or maybe it did. And you think about whether or not it could have happened or should have happened, would have happened, and I'm sure that I probably blew a few of the details in the story as I've retold it, because there are so many versions of that story out there. But at the end of the day, the reality is the M&Ms were used as a reward for the information to return the painting. Why did the M&M company do that? Well, again, they wanted the publicity out of it. They got publicity. What did they offer? They could have offered money, but they offered product instead. It was the resources that they had to use. And I think that sometimes we often forget that what seems to be impossible isn't really impossible if we're willing to use the resources that we have. If you're a candy company, what kind of resource, what kind of commodity do you have? Candy. So, if you find a candy lover that's willing to give up the information M&M's discovered, you can solve a great art heist. It's amazing what you can find when you're willing to take a walk. I look forward to continuing our walk next time.